I'm Chris Van Hoof. I operate a business on the Gold Coast called Chisel Fitness, and I also help organise a couple of events, one being the Tomawan Mountain Challenge, which is coming up on the 26th of August. So the course for the Tomawan Mountain Challenge starts in the Currumbin Valley Eco Village, which is along Currumbin Creek Road. It basically starts with 2 k's of fairly flat run until you reach the base of Tomawan Mountain Road, and then it's from there it's 9 kilometres up to the Queensland-New South Wales border. Not all of it uphill, it's actually quite an undulating run with probably 2 pinches or 2 real sections of uphill where the runners will work pretty hard moving up the hill, but there's actually some downhill on the way up if you can get your head around that. Once you hit the Queensland-New South Wales border, you turn around, come on back down onto the base of Tomawan Mountain Road again and finish with 2 k's flat, where we have the start and the finish line in the Currumbin Valley Eco Village. I guess most people, as they're, when they hear about a mountain challenge, they're really concerned about running uphill, and it's kind of one of those things that doesn't really impact on the day. It's more the downhill that I think is a challenge for runners, and in particular when you're running downhill in the steeper sections, it's really important to maintain your posture. Just sort of keep your weight light on your feet, keep your steps and your stride length relatively small, and just sort of skip down the mountain and not so much big long strides and pounding your joints and your muscles. So I think runners really need to be aware of not so much the uphill, but just taking their time on the way down. So in coming out with the event, it was really important for us to link in with the community as well. Not only the local businesses, but we've got a charity that's really close to our heart, our local running community. That is the Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy Foundation, and we've actually put a 1 kilometre event on the same day as the Tomawan Mountain Challenge that will purely raise money for the Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy and also help out a family in our community that's impacted by this horrific disease. So there's actually 3 events on the card for this year's Tomawan Mountain Challenge. Not only do we have the 22 kilometre run up the mountain, but we've also included a 6 kilometre Highland Hurry, which has its own little challenges. It's still set in a beautiful location, plenty of trees, no traffic at all, and just has a hill element to it as well, so people will be working hard, but it's that shorter distance, so people can really build up towards having a crack at the Tomawan Mountain Challenge perhaps next year. Yeah, we've had some magnificent support from local businesses. One namely is the Coolangatta branch of Bank of Queensland. Doug is the manager down there, and he's helped us out coming on board as our naming rights sponsor this year. He's been fantastic, another really community-minded guy who's really happy to help people out, and we felt that was the type of person that we needed to align our event. So the good news is it's not too late to enter. 24th of August is when online entries close, and you can actually enter on the day, but we just we hit you in the hip pocket a little bit more, because it's obviously better for us if we can get a little bit organised prior to the event. Like I said, 24th of August, enter online at www.tomawanmountainchallenge.com.au. I also love having a chat to anyone who's got any questions about the event, so you can call me on 0439 040 580.